Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're excited for today's video. The beer's courtesy of Ross. Thanks so much, Ross. I really appreciate it. And you can see why. So this is Deth's Tar. I've heard it pronounced a few different ways at this point, so whatever. Stout aged in bourbon barrels, 14.8% ABV. Dark, rich, and barrel forward. Great can art. Loving it. Do they have like tasting notes or anything? I think that's just government stuff. Yeah, maybe not. All right, let's get into it. So when I pour it, man, that is so rad. When I pour it, you know, it's pretty darn dark. Man, it smells good already. It's pretty darn dark, but there was definitely some brown. Once it's in the glass, you know, yeah, I mean, same thing. It's black, but if you look, there's a little bit of brown in there. So it's not quite motor oil, but it's definitely very dark. Not a ton of head, probably about a quarter finger, mocha to dark mocha. Small bubbles. Let's see. Yeah, so we got definitely some nice legs. Lacing, yeah, I guess some sticks around. Definitely looks like a big stout. Let's get into the aroma. You know what's nice? Man. A lot of chocolate, which I love, but what I was first hit with, and the reason I said, you know what's nice, is I get the bourbon, and there's been some interesting beers lately where I've gotten the spirit and or the barrel, and it's been a lot of or, like actually like oak barrel or the spirit. This one, definitely getting the spirit. I'll have to go back to see how much like barrel stuff I get, oak tannins, that kind of thing. But man, I get actual bourbon, and the way the bourbon and the chocolate are working together and the aroma, forget about it. Oh, man, caramel. Definitely get some soft vanilla, so the vanillin from the barrel is coming through. It's a very soft, sweet oakiness. It's not, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a dry oak based on the aroma. But yeah, it's like that Rolo's thing with the chocolate and the caramel. A little bit of roast. You can, yeah, it's not quite coffee. You can see why, I love their coffee version of this beer typically. You can see why adding coffee to a beer like this makes so much sense, because you're getting a little bit of that roast, but it's not full on coffee, whereas coffee will just accentuate that and take it next level. This smells fantastic. Let's get to the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Ross. I hope you're doing well. Man, that's good. I mean, I liked the aroma. This is delivering on that promise and some. Like, this really, wow, this is complex. This has so much going on. It's, like I said about in the aroma, the oak I didn't think was going to be particularly drying. It's a relatively sweet beer. I do think the barrel aging is helping bring some balance to it. Nice warmth in the chest. But anyway, huge chocolate. It's a little bit like milk chocolatey. It's a little like Hershey's Special Dark. It's not like super heavy cacao, you know, like 98%, you know, dark chocolate bar. It's not that much at all, because it has that sweetness, has a little bit of that vanilla from the barrel. Like the aroma, I get a nice amount of bourbon specifically. But you do get a little bit of that oak and everything, like I said. So you do get some barrel stuff also, which is cool. The chocolate, the caramel, for sure, are interwoven, are there, just like the aroma. They have a currant version of it with currants, not like a recent currant, but like the fruit currant. And you can see why, like I was saying about the coffee with the roast, how that would accentuate this like berry, that's a little bit more grapey, but like there's like a nice little bit of a berry thing, how like that could work well with it. I guess maybe complementing that thing in the taste, whereas the coffee would complement but also accentuate. But anyway, I'm getting more and more oak specifically. Like, you're tasting some of the wood, which I like. That's a good thing. Like a sweet cherry with the berry compo. It's very blueberry-y for me. Man, that caramel interwoven. This is really good, guys. This is really tasty. So Ross hooked me up with, I think, everything they released this year for the series. And just in this version and the variants, it's this, the current one, a coconut one, and the coffee one. I'm going to try to do those relatively quickly. It won't be every day in order. But I kind of want this fresh in my mind when I try those other ones. So be on the lookout for those too. But I don't get a lot of coconut in this, so I'm curious how the coconut edition adds this. Because you can get coconut, obviously, out of the barrels. But this is like, this is a really good period. And I think this is going to be a really good base for those adjuncted ones. But yeah, so I really appreciate that, Ross, man. This is fantastic. I think it's pretty clear how much I like this beer. Have you guys had this one before? Have you had different vintages? You drinking something else you want to tell me about? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.